Hello there, Leo. Welcome to your mid-August 2020 reading. This is a general reading for the collective, and we are going to be focusing on about and around August 15th, 16th through the 31st. We're going to be using primarily 3 decks today, 2 oracle decks, the story cards and the synchronicity deck by Kathy Nichols, and then the Lightseer Tarot by Chris Ann. And if we need a couple of other little, if spirit so chooses, we might delve into another tarot deck, but primarily we're going to be sticking with these 3. So let's start with the story cards to see what the overall vibe of the next couple of weeks will be for you, my Leo folks. Guides, guardian angels, ascended masters, spirit, please guide my hand as I draw a card for our Leo tribe. Okay, we've got several that kind of popped out here. Do we need to take all of them? Okay, I'm getting a yes on that, so let's take a look. We've got unity, setting sail, beauty, thinker. Right off the bat, Leo, I'm getting a very strong feeling that despite the restrictions with COVID-19 right now in the world, that perhaps you are on a vacation or about to take a vacation in the last part of August, and that perhaps it will be not just for rest and relaxation, but the freedom that this mini vacation will bring to you will be some relief from stress and peace of mind, so that you can sort of recalibrate and plot for your next steps in the coming months. I have a feeling that this little respite is going to be very good for your soul and very good for you to feel renewed and regenerated. Let's delve into the tarot and see if we can get a little bit more specific about what's going on with you guys for the last part of August. This is for Leo, August 2020. This is for my Leo tribe, mid-August to the 31st. Okay, we've got 7 of Wands. We've got 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups in the reverse, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords reversed. As I look at this, Leo, I'm getting a little bit more clarity about this vacation or break that you have. This is definitely an act of self-care on your part. It's a way for you to protect yourself a little bit. You've been feeling sort of very much in demand lately, in the spotlight. With the 6 of Wands here, I get the feeling that you've been, even within your work environment, around a lot of different energies, taking in a lot of different energies, kind of around a lot of people, or having to make a lot of decisions or leadership decisions. And you're feeling a strong need to balance, to find a way to balance work and relaxation or your personal life. And that these two cards kind of go hand in hand with this because they're almost interchangeable. I could have said they could have come out this way. There's a lot of you kind of reflecting and looking back on how you used to be, perhaps before the time of COVID, perhaps before the world ended up in the position that we're in now, where you weren't as frantic, where you didn't have as much responsibility, or where you weren't as worried about the future, and you were able to kind of live in a state of more peace and joy. And you're kind of taking a step back, looking at memory lane a little bit in hopes that it will help you to figure out how you can balance yourself in your life in the future. And this is also part of what this whole thinking is about, is how can you find a better way to integrate this new normal and not be frazzled by it. I think there's also a little bit of healing that's been going on for you, Leo. There's been a bit of a need to get away, maybe also to heal a broken heart, or to reflect on a relationship that is past. Let's see if we can do a little bit more digging to get some clarification. I definitely want to do a clarification on the Six of Wands here. Yes, the Ten of Swords. So the Six of Wands is generally a victory card. It's a card in this particular deck a lot about being in the public eye, successfully sort of being out front and center. But I have the feeling that it got to a point for you, Leo, where that wasn't something that you could sustain any longer. You needed to put an end to that cycle. You needed a respite, a relief, a break. The Ten of Swords is traditionally a card of betrayal, but I don't know so much that it means that in this case for you. I think it's rather that you've kind of come to the end of the line of something that you were working on, or a responsibility that you had, and you just needed to step away from it. And I love the imagery of this particular Ten of Swords, where she's got her back to us, but there's something very serene and peaceful about this Ten of Swords in relation to what we typically see in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot decks, where we see the image lying on the ground with all the swords stabbing them. This is just so much more freeing, because it's as if these are the 10 swords here, these crows or ravens, and she's been liberated from whatever the end of a cycle has been for her. So I see that for you, and I see that's kind of that the Six of Wands kind of motivated this need to escape, to walk away, to put an end to something. What is it that you're reminiscing about, Leo? I'm going to aspect the Six of Cups in reverse here. The Chariot. So once again, it's like again, the relationship of victory here. There was a completion of something that brought you a lot of success and a lot of prosperity and popularity. But you kind of crashed and burned. It was a little bit too much, too soon, too fast. Page of Pentacles. So a new cycle began for you, Leo, with the Page of Pentacles. A new cycle of abundance. But you're looking to find the balance there. Let's see what the Three of Swords in reverse is all about. Yes, this was definitely the end of a romance. I don't know why, but I am not getting a strong feeling that this romance was uh, a long-term romance. It's almost like you had some sort of a fling, or perhaps um, a relationship that was somehow tied into or related to your career or business purposes. You know, perhaps you met this person through a business dealing, through work, and through working together or working together on this particular deal, you became romantically linked and it was fun and whatever, but it was short lived. This person didn't turn out to be someone, because we're seeing the Emperor in reverse here, didn't turn out to be somebody that you felt you could see yourself having a future with. Nevertheless, it's never pleasant to end anything. So I think this whole experience here, scroll down just a little bit so you can see this whole experience here, brought you to a real need to just take a pause, to take a break, to get away. I'm going to go into the synchronicity deck here and see if we can get even more insight from the Oracle. And the way Chris Ann describes how to use the synchronicity deck is you roll the dice, and depending on what number comes up, that's how many cards you choose. We've got 3. So let's just do a quick shuffle here, and we're going to deliberately choose 3 cards from the deck. I want this one. Fall. I'm going to put it here. Speed. Spring. Well, Leo, you're going to be busy bees in the next several months. So I'm seeing a whole new cycle start for you. Very significant things happening at particular times in your life. So we are kind of on the precipice of fall. So there'll be a new cycle starting in the fall, and it'll come in very quickly. I have a feeling, Leos, that your work life, you know, your personal life is very heavily tied into your career in some way, or your social life is tied into your career. And there's going to be another big, somehow you have crossed into a time in your career where you are a leader, you're a boss, you're relied upon to make decisions and to take the reins, and it's a lot of pressure. And I have a feeling that you closed out a cycle of some kind of project, or perhaps you just got promoted after this very successful period of time at work, and now you're about to head into, with great speed, another successful journey into your work. And then that cycle will end and a new one will begin right on the heels of that in the spring. So very busy in the coming months, Leo. I'm kind of curious just to go back to tarot. And like I said, I do have a standby deck, so I'm going to use the Dreaming Way. And I just want to do a little bit of an aspect on these last 3 cards here to see what comes up. I'm just curious. Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Gosh, lots of cycles and lots of like new beginnings for you, Leo. Seems like it's a very exciting time career-wise for you. I really feel like a lot of this has to do with career. You had the Page of Pentacles in the other deck as well. So a lot of prosperity, cycles of prosperity for you. The Page of Swords can be a little bit rougher because sometimes they can bring in some gossip or some sort of, not necessarily unpleasantness, but the Page of Swords is generally a little shrewder than the Page of Pentacles. But I just get the overall feeling there's a lot of activity around you, a lot of personalities around you. Things are coming in quickly. You have a lot of cycles to go through on your journey in your career, and a lot of newness and a lot of prosperity. But I don't see anything here that shows any sign of blocks or obstacles. In fact, I think you're really on an upward trajectory, and it's going in cycles, and it's matching the cycles of the year. So good stuff coming to you, Leos, in your own season. So these next 2 weeks, very busy. Just to recap, you might be taking a vacation because you closed out a cycle of work. You ended a minor relationship in your life, maybe a minor fling or love affair. But what the cards are showing me for the future beyond August is that this is not the end of the line for you. There's a lot of excitement coming up at the end of 2020 and even in 2021. Okay? All right, Leos. Well, thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and let me know if this reading resonates with any of you in the comments below. Thank you.